I think it turned out very well. Thanks for your help, everyone.
It's not half bad if I do say so myself. Good work.
We should be thanking you guys. You're the ones who did the heavy lifting.
I still find it pretty hard to believe you were able to make a barrier over all of Mishelam.
It's something that could only be accomplished through combining the witch's spells, our stigmas, and the Merkaba.
Not to mention the raw power of 2 divine knights.
And then we were able to convert the Pantagruel's orbital energy into mana to sustain the barrier.
Such beautiful teamwork! If we can do something like this, the sky's the limit.
We ain't exactly here for a team-building exercise, you know.
In any event, the barrier should hold. At least for tonight.
It'll be able to absorb a few hits from any railway cannon shots that come our way. Not that we'll need to worry much about them, given they'll be busy with the war for the time being.
I'm sure as far as the Chancellor is concerned, we're simply some minor rabble beneath his notice.
He probably sees us as nothing more than the opening act to the Great Twilight.
Opening act nothing. Doesn't he know we're the main event?
Oh, hey there, everyone. Good to see you guys.
How are your rooms? Did you drop off all your things already?
Yeah. Honestly, I was blown away by how ritzy this place is.
I can't believe we have it all to ourselves.
Right? Even locals like us don't get many chances to stay here.
The last time was when Maribel invited us after the trade conference.
Oh, man. That seems like it was 100 years ago.
Thinking back, it's kind of a bittersweet memory.
We still had a lot of fun, though.
Looking around, we've got quite the crowd here now.
Yeah, and a lot of us are from Thor's, too.
We might as well live it up, then. This is our last night before everything goes down, after all. You're right. Tomorrow's when everything will be decided.
Our future rests on the success of Operation Shining Steel.
Though honestly, it's still a pretty dicey plan.
So, this is Operation Shining Steel then?
After reviewing the whole plan like this, it seems more reckless than it does bold.
We may not have much margin for error, but I think this could actually work.
So basically, we're gonna get a bunch of teams to raid all the salt pails at once, put them out of commission, and then have the Courageous 2 charge into the fortress while its barrier is down. That about sum it up?
Yes, but there's little chance that things will go so smoothly. I'm sure we'll have a number of unforeseen circumstances to deal with. Our top priority, however, is making sure the Divine Knights and Class 7 get to the target.
That's right. So even if something goes awry and the Courageous 2 is unable to land, we can continue with the plan. As long as Reen and the others can successfully board the fortress in time, we still have a chance.
Our foes will try to end the rivalry of the Seven as the Great Twilight reaches its climax. If we manage to seize control of the rivalries before then, however, we may be able to prevent them from achieving their goals.
At this point, they think they've already won. It's likely they'll welcome Instructor Reen since they need him to finish the rivalries. And that will be our chance.
That's all fine and good, but what about the salt pails? One glance and you could tell they're bad news. They're giving off one hell of an ominous vibe.
Yes. They seem to be pulsing with energy from the lower planes. And this same energy is what's letting them act as singularities, making them nearly impregnable.
Further, given
than the devils that have been appearing all over lately. I get the feeling we may find even worse things protecting each of the pales.
Yes, it's something we'll need to be prepared for.
Well, if we know what we gotta do, then all that's left is to go do it.
That's right. It's our turn now.
You can leave one of the salt pails to the Laburl team. We just gotta decide on which of us is going.
The same for us in the SSS. As members of the Radiant Wings, let us help clear a path for you and the others.
Estelle, Lloyd, everyone.
Aw, you guys.
Guess we should have seen this coming, huh?
You can count on us, too.
Duvali.
Are you sure?
Yes. Since my lord's passing, I've managed to clear my mind a bit.
The time has come for the Stahlritter to unite once more, to see our Lord's will done.
Our Lord saw fit to grant you her power. It's our duty to carry her torch to light your way.
All of you.
Don't forget to save some seats for us, huh? We'll be teaming up with those Stahlritter gals, if that's okay.
The boss would have wanted as much from us.
Zeno, Leo.
Sheesh. This is one hell of a lineup.
In that case, you can add Sharon and me to the list of volunteers.
As maid of the Reinford family, I would be honored if you would allow me to fulfill this particular role.
Angie! You too, Sharon?
Lady Angelica and I have also suffered at the hands of our foes. After careful discussion, we have decided it would only be appropriate to return the favor.
From what I hear, Lieutenant Colonel Mueller will be returning to the Courageous 2 tomorrow. I figured I'd leave the steering up to the expert, so I can get back to kicking some ass.
Sharon, Angelica.
Then you can count me in too.
Can't let you do that, Toa. We need you here. You've got both the Courageous 2 and the entire operation to look after.
Angelica's right. I'd very much prefer you to remain at your post.
I'll be on the bridge as well. But even then, I suspect we'll have our hands full manning the air defenses.
Understood. There's no need for concern, Toa. We're all in this together. Every one of us has their own part to play.
Thank you, both of you. But still, we can't just send them out by themselves.
And I guess you'll just have to let me join them.
Huh, so that's why you two were acting weird.
I'm sure you must think I have no right to come back like this. I can't possibly make up for everything I've done. But I'm going to help anyway. Because I'd rather not get the same failing marks Franz did.
George.
So that makes 3. Not as many as I'd like, but...
Then allow me to lend you a hand.
Grandmother.
I fulfilled my duty as a witch, and Leanne has passed. Now that I have played my part, I may as well bloom one final time for you young folk. Were we to add my strength to that of the Ragnar girl, a former gnome, and the Reinford maid, would that be sufficient?
That'd be more than enough. But if it's possible, I'd prefer to have the curvier version of you come with us.
Angie, I don't think now's really the time.
It would be our pleasure to have you accompany us, Lady Roselia.
For crying out loud.
We now have 4 groups. Our forces have expanded considerably.
But what about the last pail?
You can leave that one to me.
Principal Le Guin!
Aren't you supposed to be focusing on all that meal mirage stuff?
Certainly. But the plan has always been to leave the first day of the operation in Wallace's hands. I'll be taking over tomorrow, once the war begins in earnest.
Lieutenant General Bright anticipates that both sides will spend the first day scouting, with perhaps a few light skirmishes at best. Presumably, General Van Dyke will mobilize the Imperial Army with a similar mindset.
All bets are off once that second day hits, however. Odds are, all 8 battlefronts will erupt into all-out carnage at about the same time.
The Imperial Army will likely be forced to a halt in both Liberal and Remiferia. You can expect they'll deploy their strongest armored divisions, the 3rd and 4th included, at that time.
Yeah, I thought that might be the case.
And the reason you're helping us out is so things don't get to that point, right?
Perhaps. It should be a suitable warm-up for the decisive battle to come, at least. Though, of course, I won't be going it alone.
It's as the General says. We too will be assisting you. For the first day, anyway.
This will be my final duty as head of the Arcade School. I shall prove us worthy in succeeding the Sandlot name.
Don't know if I measure up to these 3, but this is as good a chance as any to make up for all the time I lost.
Father, Toval.
I had a feeling Vita would show up to help. Can't pass up a chance to hog the spotlight, huh, Vita?
Show 'em what you can do, Zero Artisan.
Thank you. We couldn't be more lucky to have the 4 of you with us. That goes for the rest of you, too. Estelle, Lloyd, Duvalie, Angelica, Sharon, each and every one of you.
Indeed. And with that, I hereby declare Operation Shining Steel officially underway. We fly tomorrow at noon as Mille Mirage and the World Serpent begin their clash.
We'll be rendezvousing with the rest of our allies in Mishelam later today. This may be the last time we're all together, so we're planning to have a small celebration of sorts. We were hoping all of you could join us. Sorry we're late.
Pardon us. It's good to see you all again.
Instructor Reen, allow me to apologize. Back before we met, when Elise had told me about you, there was a part of me that thought of you as nothing more than a pawn to be played. You, the Ashen Chevalier, the young hero who saved the nation. Your past, your relationship with the Chancellor, all of it factored in my calculations, my plans to use you. Indeed, ever since that evening 2 months ago at the field exercise camp. Those words of yours strike me just as deeply now as they did then. And strangely enough, tonight on the eve of Operation Meal Mirage, I don't feel even the slightest bit of fear. For that, you have my sincerest gratitude and my deepest apologies as well. Yes, you have my word, Instructor Reen.
We will begin the trial of the 8 leaves, 1 blade. Let us see if you are worthy. What is your name? Which form will you demonstrate mastery of? He is I, and I am him. Will you offer yourself to him to reach the peak of swordsmanship? Then show me the light at the end of your journey. Show me by conquering yourself.
Now begin the trial of the Divine Blade, the peak of the 8 leaves.
Despair.
Let's go! Crimson Flash!
Disappear.
It's my turn! Cut through! It's my turn! Arcane Gale! Ha!
Despair.
Die! It's my turn! Roar! Healing Strike! All right, got it. Let's go.
Eternally flowing. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form.
First. Second. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Seventh. 8 leaves. Breaking Dawn!
Well done.
The duel is over. The victor is Reen Schwarzer.
Reen Schwarzer, you have mastered the techniques of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School. You are granted the title Divine Blade. You may now take on disciples of your own.
Reen, I realize I've put off saying this for quite some time, but I've always considered you a dear friend of mine. I lost my mother when I was young. My father was arrested during the Civil War. And my brother, well, we know the path he's gone down. And then there's Mishelam. The fact that she's still there within the sword is more of a blessing than I could have hoped for. Despite all that's happened and all I've lost, I can yet stand tall with pride. I owe that to all of Class 7, and to you most of all. You have my thanks, Reen, for everything. But of course, that much goes without saying.
So you came after all.
Stop it! How can you be so cruel? I stood by and let Mishelam die. I'm still going along with the Great Twilight. Don't you dare forgive me. If you don't hate me, how am I supposed to?
Come on now, Claire. You know that isn't fair. Like that again. Even with what's happened, I'm still an Ironblood. I've got to look out for you, too. Tomorrow, we'll finally settle things once and for all. With you, Lecter, Rufus, Gramps, and that newbie Prince, too. Me and Reen will get through to you guys.
All right, if you insist. I'll be waiting for you. That's my promise as a knight and guardian of the Great Twilight and a pawn of the rivalries. When next we meet, I won't show any mercy.
What a wonderful breeze. Wow, this is an amazing view. I can see Mishelam, the Pantagruel, and even Crossvale City. Bringing me here to sober up. My, you really know how to show a girl a good time.
Oh, it's nothing like that. I simply got the idea when we landed here this evening. More to the point, I had anticipated your inevitable inebriation, my dear Shara.
You really do know me. This is nice. I miss those days when we were able to share drinks together. But you've been doing a fantastic job ever since coming back to the Empire. Though they call you debaucherous prince, you never let it get to you. You've been there for your family. Hell, the whole Empire.
Well, I've never been without people supporting me. Mueller, my parents, Alphen, Class 7, the Viscount, the Erebonian Bracers. I can't forget Lloyd's team, and, of course, Estelle and Joshua. But most of all, you.
No, I couldn't do a thing to help you. Sure, I held on to the artifact for you and acted as a liaison, but I couldn't stop the Courageous from being destroyed. I couldn't keep you safe. I'm sorry, Olivier. I'm sorry that I wasn't there for you. It must have been painful. You've suffered so much.
Now that you're here, all that pain is but a distant memory. We'll be there tomorrow. Together. That's all that matters.
But... no, you're right. Just leave it to me. The silver streak will light the way for your radiant wings.
I'll be counting on it. And it may not be fair to ask you at a time like this, yet. If we can claim victory in tomorrow's battle and stop the Great Twilight, if we can put out the fires of war and bring peace to this land once more, would you do me the honor of becoming my wife?
Instructor Reen! Perhaps, but I wouldn't want to waste your time. After all, now that the party is over, you surely have none to waste before your little rendezvous. You and your beloved locked tight in a secret tryst, while I lay in bed alone, face buried in a tear-stained pillow. So, who's the lucky lady? Elisa? One of your other classmates, perhaps? Of course, I mustn't discount Instructor Toa or Sarah. Oh my! Don't tell me it's Yuna! Or maybe even Elise? Instructor Reen? Well, regardless, I'm glad I was able to be this close to you, even for a little while. What? What? saying? There are so many others out there who would give anything to be here with you. Too many to count. Tomorrow is our final battle. You should be spending tonight with someone special. So, why? Why bother at all with the empty words of a rotten girl like me? Instructor Reen, I had always thought that you'd already seen through my act. I thought that no matter how much I flattered or teased, it would never mean anything more to you than just... I can't believe it. You really... My heart... It feels... like it's going to explode. I just can't help myself. That's not fair at all. You're the adult here. You should know better than to toy with a young maiden's heart. I never imagined you'd turn the tables on me like this, Instructor. Oh, damn it! I love you!